Okay, well, it falls to me the honor of both thanking and welcoming. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael Diamond. I'm the academic director of the Integrated Marketing and Communications Department here at the NYU School of Professional Studies and a professor in the Division of Programs of Business. And it's absolutely my honor to thank George Ben-Arroyo, one of our fabulous faculty, for organizing this event, and of course to give a hearty welcome to Umit and thank him for sharing his time and his wisdom with our students. And it wouldn't be appropriate either to leave out our wonderful IMA student organization led by Ria and her colleagues for supporting all of this. So to George's class, Umit, Ria and her colleagues, I'm sure we're going to have a fabulous evening, and many thanks for setting us off.
Super. Well, thank you very much, Michael. My name is George Ben-Arroyo, and during the day, I work as a CFO. I started my career at Procter & Gamble, then Tetra Pak, Beiersdorf, and now in private equity. Now, once per week, I get to do something I love, and that is to teach this finance class. And let me show you how we do it. So on the first session, students get to pick a company, any company they like. And then we look at how companies use finance to make business decisions. So on session 2, we look into headcount. How many people are we going to hire next year? And what is the reason why we're going to hire so many people? Now, in Europe, by law, there are certain regulations about severance. So when we have to think about whether we will need to lay off some colleagues, we look into what can we learn from other countries. The next session is about pricing. How will we increase prices around the world next year? And we look into things like what will be the impact of delaying a price increase from January to March? Or in New York, salaries are 56% higher than in El Paso, Texas. So we ask ourselves, should we have a local, national, or global price list? And the idea is that students share different opinions, as you have seen on the slides, and we foster that in class, which is what we do at global companies. The other thing that we do is to invite senior executives to share with us how they make these decisions in real life. Tonight with us, we have Umit Subasi. As former president of Campbell International, he managed all global businesses outside the Americas. Prior to that, as member of the executive board and president emerging markets at Beiersdorf, he led a significant expansion in delivering consistent growth across all geographies. He started his career at S. Johnson, and he led markets like Germany, Russia, Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey, and Italy. Now, let me take a minute to share something more personal, which in my opinion is relevant. The first day I met Mr. Subasi, I went back to the hotel thinking, how can be so smart and ask so many good questions and be so humble? For those of us who work with him, we remember that he always kept his door wide open. Now, these German companies are not open door Google. People treat each other by Mr. Subasi, Mr. Ben-Arroyo. You need a key to be able to get to the top floor. If not, the elevator won't stop. And there are 20,000 employees. So if you forget the key, then there'll be an issue with security. Now, in these companies, you typically have 5 or 6 levels. So it's intern, and then supervisor, manager, director, vice president, and then CEO or board member. And to get an appointment with a board member, you go through the system and you get it typically 6 weeks later. Not with Mr. Subasi. You will see our colleagues from marketing just go into his office and ask him for help, and he will help them out right there on the spot. Once I was going to the airport and he offered a ride, And that day was his last day at his German company. He was accepting an offer to later become the president of Campbell International. And I remember that when he got out of the car, the Mercedes, he started to thank his driver. And this was like in the movies, you know, when the president or the prime minister is leaving office and they thank the driver. But Subasi was different. He did it in a way that you could see this very tall German guy, the driver, and as he was thanking him for his service, the driver had tears on his eyes. I'm very pleased to welcome as our last speaker for the night session to speak about the value of feedback, Umit Subasi.
Thank you, George.